Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you, everybody, for coming to this, even though you don't really know what the hell it actually is. It is definitely a man losing his grip on the fabric of reality. But yeah, I feel like I've been losing my mind doing this, but it's because recently I feel like I've been losing my mind in general because as most of you probably know, I've been making my living semi-successfully as a writer recently and in the last few years. But I've realized what that actually entails is not a lot of writing. They'll take the script and they'll read it, but they want all this other additional material to kind of prove to them that you're worth investing in, and it's just fucking driving me mad. So you always have to provide loads of supplementary material, to try and kind of like, it could be anything like a really extensive character bio, or if it's set in a town, like a big history of the town, or you can even do like what the music's going to be like, the tone, everything like this here, anything to convince them that you're worth investing in. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong, because as you're going to see, the script here is fucking dynamite. There's nothing wrong with the script. And I've went above and beyond in my kind of presentation of the supplementary materials, but I can't get anybody to fucking bite on this project. And, it's absolutely fucking dynamite. It has, extended universe potential is what I'm saying, but just nobody seems to be biting. So I've kind of gathered you all here today to kind of figure out what the fuck's going wrong with this presentation, because as far as I'm concerned, this is a cash cow waiting to be milked. So thankfully I've got my two esteemed actor friends here, Louise Parker and Paul Mallon. They're going to help me read some select scenes from Act 1 of the movie, Act 2 of the movie, Act 3 of the movie, and I've also got some supplementary material and some audio that just to give you a feeling, a flavour of the world that I'm building here. Lou, Paul, you haven't worked together before, nor have you met, have you? No. Okay, speak into the mic. Don't be afraid of the mic. Bring the mic closer towards you.
First time.
Cool. Well, I thought as a bit of an icebreaker, we could probably, I could get Louise to read Paul's bio, and Paul, you could read Louise's bio. Is that cool? Yeah, cool. I can have them here printed out. Louise, that's Paul's bio. If you just want to read that out nice and loud.
Born 2nd of February 1990. You shouldn't put people's...
Just read it.
Okay. Born 2nd of February 1996, Paul Mallon is an Irish actor from Maynooth. He studied acting at the Lear Academy and subsequently performed in plays in Dublin theatres. Mallon rose to fame with his role in the miniseries Normal People, earning a BAFTA TV award and a nomination for a Primetime Emmy Award. Mallon made his film debut I see. With a supporting role in the psychological drama The Lost Daughter, and he received praise for starring in the 2022 drama films God's Creatures and Aftersun. His performance as a troubled father in the latter earned him nominations for an Academy Award and a BAFTA Film Award. Mallon won a Laurence Olivier Award for his portrayal of Stanley Kowalski in a 2022 revival of the play A Streetcar Named Desire.
Big hand for Paul Mallon. Woo! Now, I'm just realising I did have another Paul booked for this, and I think I actually forgot to update the bio. I'm sorry about that, but here, I tell you what, Paul, do you want to read Louise's? Do you want to read Louise's bio?
No bother. Okay. Louise Parker, born in Forest Hills, Queens, New York City. Midtown High School student Louise Parker is a science whiz orphan living with her Uncle Ben and Aunt May. She was bitten by a radioactive spider at a science exhibit and acquired the agility and proportionate length of an arachnid. Along with heightened athletic abilities, Louise gained the ability to cling to walls and ceilings, detecting danger with her precognition ability called Spider Sense. She built wrist-mounted web shooter devices that shoot artificial spider webs of her own design.
That's pretty cool.
Which she uses both for fighting and web swinging across the city.
Cool.
After her Uncle Ben was killed by a thief that Louise could not stop, she began to use her powers to fight crime by becoming Spider-Man.
Cool. Big hand for Lou and Paul, everybody. Cool. So, like, one of the first things they always ask you in these meetings is, what inspired you to write the movie? And those of you who know me know that one of my greatest fears is an AI revolution where we become enslaved by robots and are forced to grapple with the existential question of what it means to be alive. And I felt like that was encapsulated, I think it was last year, when there was a story that came out about a child playing a child in Russia was playing a chess game with a robot, and the child hastily tried to make a move when it wasn't their turn to make a move. And the robot grabbed its finger and snapped its finger in two. The script's not about that particular instance, but it is about those anxieties, those kind of what it means to be human, and what the future holds for us in terms of simulation and the reality of AI. So have you ever seen those Boston Dynamics videos with the dancing dog? It's cute. It's not cute. Yeah, I know. And then they make it dance to Chic. It's like the last thing a Middle Eastern farmer's gonna see is fucking Ride of the Valkyries over the fucking hill to Chic. It's gonna be terrible. Anyway, this is what keeps me up at night. So I wrote this movie, and as I say, why do you want to write a movie? And then say, so what's the movie called? And I go, I say a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. What I'm trying to say to you is it's not about what the movie's called, it's about what it makes you feel when you're watching it. And there's no better way to convey a sense of tone and feeling with introductory credits. I feel like that's a great way. You don't even have to say anything, you don't have to show anything. You can just set the tone. So I've prepared some kind of stand-in credits for what I feel could, convey what I'm trying to convey with the gritty tone of this movie. Should we just watch it? Yeah. I'll just dim the lights. Yeah. Ooh. Can everybody see the screen? Yeah. Oh, by the way, I just before I start this, I did this thing. I was like, I want to convey that I think this is going to be a big blockbuster movie, so I kind of used famous actors in the credits just to try and kind of subliminally suggest to the people in the room, the investors, that this is where we're aiming for. We're shooting for the moon here. But then at the last minute, I kind of got a bit worried about agents, copyright infringement, agents getting a hold of me saying that I've attached an actor to this project, and that's career suicide in Hollywood. So I kind of just had to improvise around it a wee bit, but just you kind of get the idea. that looked like her enough, so I just removed her teeth. About copyright infringement and, you know, attaching actors' names, so I had to improvise. As I said, Blockbuster. Oh yeah, I don't have a name for it yet, so that's just a wee placeholder. That joke would work better if there wasn't a few minutes delay in between the setup and the punchline, but you know, this is what a work in progress is for. Woo! So those are the credits. Those are the credits. As I say, it would have been hilarious, that untitled thing. I really would have nailed it. But the timing was all off. So I thought, right, now's the time to introduce the characters in this saga and tell you all about them. So, Paul, tonight you're going to be playing Detective Luke Harder. He's a hard-working, salt-of-the-earth kind of cop. He drinks a lot, yeah, but only because his wife died in mysterious circumstances. But it seems ever since then, life has been dealing him a really shitty hand, and we join him at his lowest ebb. He's just been turned down for another promotion at work. So that's where we're going to meet Detective Luke Harder in the opening act here. So the opening act is usually where you kind of try and establish the characters subtly, you know, exposition is peppered in here and there, tell everybody about the backstory, but without signposting it, you know.
Am I attempting an accent?
No, I'm not going to put you through that tonight, because maybe for the final show, yeah.
If you want, like, it's...
No, I know you're always dying to do the most racist accents, and I told you time and time again, Paul. You too, Lou. I seen that look in your eye. Lou, you're going to be... So, Paul, you're playing Detective Luke Harder.
Okay.
Lou, you're going to be playing Private Investigator Lou Carter. So, Luke Harder and Lou Carter, okay? They're different, you know. So as you get already, you can see how this could be an extended universe, because you could have a film about Luke Harder, and then the next film you could have like an origin story about Luke Harder. You can see how that would work. It'd be brilliant. So, yeah, I guess we should just move on. We'll move on to the first scene.
Should we open these?
Yeah, don't try not to read ahead. I've prepared some scene one notes. Just to give you a bit of guidance. So obviously, I have a scene from Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3 because of beginning, middle, and end. So in this, I'm trying to establish Detective Luke Harder's backstory, just in case that doesn't come across, it's not clear. But I was trying to be pretty subtle, but I wanted to avoid any unnecessary exposition. And just for the both of you, just as a note, as an acting note, got a hair on my mic. There's zero sexual tension between Detective Luke Harder and Private Investigator Luke Harder, and Private Investigator Luke Harder is in a same-sex relationship, and I'm only bringing it up. I'm not being crass. I'm only bringing it up because it becomes integral to the plot later. So, just bear that. Fucking hair. Quoth the Raven. Fucking hair. It's a nice fucking full moon, isn't it? Oh, I'm feeling old. Anyway, also another thing, I was starving when I was eating this, and I was trying to subsist on salad. I was trying to be healthy, but I gave in halfway through and went to the Eurospar deli counter. I'm only bringing it up because I have been in the past accused of putting too much of myself into my writing, and I just wanted to flag it. I am aware of it and I am working on it. So I guess we'll dive into the first act. Can you, if you want that wee light there, you can kind of footer about with it if you want.
Let's give it a go, sure. Why not?
see if that helps, because I'm gonna change the mood lighting here once I minimize this wee here. And I'm gonna minimize this, and then okay, so. As I said, we're establishing Detective Luke Harder and his backstory in this scene. I prepared a bit of audio bedding and things just to kind of set the mood, and I'm going to change the lighting and things as well, just to really go for this. Let me make sure I just have everything here. 1 wee second. Yep, that's all good stuff, Mike. You're on it. You're killing this.
And
everybody loves you. You're brilliant. Look at you go! Whoa, fucking hell! Yeah, untitled. Here we go. Scene read untitled.
And sorry, just without asking for too much direction at this stage, it is a drama.
Yeah. It's a gritty sci-fi sort of noir. Think Blade Runner meets Blade Runner 2049.
Okay.
Somewhere in between that. First scene is set. Interior. Strip club. Morning. Establishing shot. Oh, wait 1 second to get my establishing shot. 1 second. A neon sign. The ball pit fizzes in and out of life above a grimy bar. Let me just get the strip club lighting. There we go. That's good. Can you guys still read?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you're good. A handsome man in a beat-up leather jacket swills his beer bottle in frustration, giving out to the scantily clad dancer beside him.
I just don't understand how I've been overlooked for promotion again. My record's impeccable. My paperwork's in order and my conviction rate is off the charts. What's a guy gotta do to get a break in this crummy town?
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Would a dance cheer you up?
You know it always does, sweetheart.
An attractive woman in an absolutely stunning red dress approaches the bar.
Is this seat taken?
It's all yours. It's all yours.
The woman pulls up a seat at the bar next to Luke.
Whiskey. Neat, please, barkeep.
Luke looks at her in surprise.
What is it? Do I have spinach in my teeth? I'm not sure how that keeps happening. I don't even eat spinach.
Luke looks shook. He downs his drink.
What is it? You look like you've seen a ghost. Or like something I've said has stirred memories from your past that compel you to reveal aspects of your character to me in a moment of vulnerability.
It's just whiskey, neat. Whiskey neat was my wife's drink. And she always had spinach in her teeth.
Luke begins to fondly reminisce.
Every Saturday it was the same. Up at the crack of dawn to get the freshest bag of spinach from that Tesco Express below our flat. I would hear her yelling from the upstairs. Always the same thing. Give me some fucking spinach!
She sounds wonderful.
She was. She really was. She'd come scuttling up the stairs in all fours with the bag of spinach between her teeth. Pupils fully dilated, gums frothing. It's those little moments that I miss the most.
Luke sits, lost in nostalgia for a moment.
So what are you doing in a joint like this on a rainy Tuesday morning?
I just told you my wife died years ago. Also, I didn't get the big promotion at work, so I came here to think.
Here.
Just a moment. Can't a man find some solace in a strip club?
Yes. And I'm not judging, but this is a male strip club.
Well, I would hardly go to ladies' strip club to think, would I? It would be impossible for me to concentrate. I come here so I don't have that problem. What, is that so hard to understand?
Sorry, jeez.
The bartender serves 2 more drinks, and I forgot to load my serving drinks FX into the audio bank. Continue.
So what are you doing in a joint like this on a rainy Tuesday morning? Other than listening to the woes of a ruggedly handsome but deeply troubled detective?
Me? I'm just killing time, waiting for my dad to clock off. Then we're going for a big filled soda. He loves nothing more than a big filled soda with black pudding and red sauce guzzled down with a giant bottle of Fanta Lemon after a long morning stripping for tips.
Who's your dad? Is it Gary? Lance? Justin? AJ? Mario? Carlos? John Paul? Nando?
Gary. Gary is my dad.
That's funny because I get private dances from Gary all the time and he's never mentioned you.
Did I say Gary? I meant Justin.
Justin bumps and pumps on me as much as Gary does. He ain't mentioned you either.
He probably doesn't like talking about his daughter while stripping.
Fair point, fair point. And I guess even if he was talking to me about you, I wouldn't understand a word he's saying. Justin is from the Philippines and doesn't speak a word of English. So tell me, who the hell am I talking to right now?
Suddenly, the house lights go up. There we go. Suddenly, the house lights go up and the doors burst open. Uniformed officers file in.
There's no time. We've been busted.
1 second, Louise, I get my FX in.
Police, freeze!
Now you go.
There's no time. We've been busted.
Relax!
Sorry.
I'm a cop. It's probably a routine drug bust. They won't find diddly squat. Any illicit substances in this premises are so tightly packed up, so many different anuses, that it will probably disorientate the sniffer dogs.
Lou sneaks a peek over the bar. A bullet zips by.
They're on to me. If you don't follow me, they're going to kill you like they killed your wife.
My wife died from eating some bad spinach!
You can go on believing that and die in ignorance on the wet carpet of an all-male strip club, or you can follow me and find out the truth.
I don't even know your name!
Carter! Luke Carter, private investigator.
Nice to meet you, Private Investigator Luke Carter.
I know who you are. Detective Luke Carter of the LAPD. We should be doing American accents.
Go for it if he's want.
Shall we?
Okay.
Okay. Who do you think I've been investigating?
Oh shit, another bullet zips past Lou and Luke.
I know I already said this about a minute ago, but there's no time to explain. In fact, there's significantly less time to explain than there was when I initially said there was no time to explain.
Under a torrent of bullet fire, Luke and Lou bolt through the fire escape. Scene. Massive hand for our actors, Lou and Paul. They've absolutely knocked it out of the bag there. Knocked it out of the bag? What? That's not a saying. That's not a saying. All right, well, I think we're over the majority of our tech woes. Hopefully, we'll see. It's all going to go fucking tits up from here. Will we move on to the next scene? How you feeling about Luke Carter and Luke Carter as a duo? They're pretty fucking... They're... What's going on here? Somebody... like... Okay, cool. Well, all right. That's very... Bye, guys, I guess. Very disruptive, but okay, so we'll go into scene 2. So, where we kind of rejoin Luke Carter and Luke Carter's they've been on the run, and the authorities have been looking for them. We find them in a quiet moment on top of an LA skyscraper, looking out over the skyline. Lou is delivering Luke some bad news, some home truths, but he's very reluctant to accept what she's telling him. He doesn't want it to be true. So Lou, and you have a sense of urgency because you realise now that you both are under threat, and you realise that the scope of this goes bigger than the both of you. And I know what you are thinking. What is this? What is the scope of this that is bigger than the both of them? But I guess we'll all have to find out together here. So as I said, we are on a city skyline. Let's try and find a city skyline. What feels like LA at night? Does that feel 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 like LA? That's a strip club. Does that feel like LA at night? 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 Sorry. That happens sometimes. How about that? That feels... No, that's more... what do we think? Is that a skyline? Does that feel like a skyline? Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
But does that feel like LA at night?
Does that feel like LA at night? Okay, so yeah, as I said, exterior, skyscraper roof. Skyscraper roof. Exterior, skyscraper roof. Night. That's just the sound of the city there. Okay, so this is scene 2. Luke and Lou look across the night skyline. The city glimmers like a tiny universe below them. Pigeons coo hither and thither. Lots of pigeons.
I just don't understand how they could have found me. I never told anyone about the ball pit. And there's no way the dancers would have rolled on me. Those guys are rock solid. Rock solid.
They must have been tailing me.
Boy, what a day. First I get turned down for the promotion again. Then my favorite dancer, Hector, phones in sick to the ball pit. Then you come in and start saying all sorts of crazy things about my spinach-loving dead wife.
Luke pulls a pistol on Lou.
Tell exactly what's going on right now, or I will shoot you from this. I will shoot you with this gun I have hitherto kept concealed until the right dramatic moment.
You wouldn't dare shoot me.
Luke's pistol fires.
I almost did. But if I'm honest, it was an accident. But I still will on purpose if you don't explain. Oh. I almost did. But if I'm honest, it was an accident. But I still will on purpose if you don't explain to me what the hell is going on right now.
Okay, listen carefully because this is important. I was hired by someone working in the Los Angeles Artificial Intelligence Institute and Android Lab Industries.
The LAAIIAALI?
Yes, a cleaner working in the LAAIIAALI building believes she was abducted by scientists working in the lab. She thinks her memories were erased and replaced with false ones.
What the hell has this got to do with me, Lou Carter? She sounds like some crazy cleaning lady who's gone clean crazy from the crazy amounts of cleaning she's been doing as a cleaning lady. Think of all those noxious fumes and sprays and such forth.
Because, Luke Carter, this woman looks exactly like your dead wife.
Lou shows Luke a photograph of a woman. Luke looks at it. Lou looks at Luke.
My wife didn't wear glasses. This looks nothing like her, Luke Carter.
Look harder, Luke Carter.
Luke Carter looks harder, imagining the woman in the picture without glasses.
I'm still struggling to see it.
Look harder.
Stop saying my name, it's distracting! Wait! I see it now. That's her. That's my wife.
Peggy Sue Harder.
Everyone knew her as Peg. But this can't be Peggy. Peggy is dead.
Look, this is hard for me to say, Harder, but it looks like Peggy was never even ever alive.
You're telling me my wife, who is dead, has always been dead this whole time, even when I thought she wasn't?
Let me explain. Peggy is an AI humanoid developed by the LAAIIAALI.
Those bastards.
As part of a study, Peggy was purposefully released into society to see how AI would authentically and organically interact with humans without any restrictions.
But why would she choose me?
You need to look harder. You're just a pawn in a much larger game of chess. She didn't choose you. They chose you.
Who are they?
The LAAIIAALI!
The LAAIIAALI?
With a little help from your buddies down at the station, they all knew. They were complicit.
It was a highly dangerous test with a huge risk to the public. Having AI droid on the... That's your line. Rewind.
It was a highly dangerous test with a huge risk to the public. Having an AI droid on the loose could be dangerous. They needed the law near at all times.
But why? What was all this for?
To see if robots will learn to feel love organically. And boy, did she fall. Peg fell hard for look harder. Your humility and grace, despite your leading man looks, had an effect on her algorithms.
Stop! Stop talking about my wife like she's a bloody computer or a big new phone. She was a woman with guts and bad breath and all the flatulence that comes with being a human. No machine could make that smell. It fucking reeked, and it wasn't just on spinach Saturdays either.
That was her malfunctioning. They kidnapped Peggy and gave her a factory reset. They fed you some bullshit story about some bad spinach and sent you on your way. And you ate it up like some bad spinach.
Lou looks at Luke, who looks shook.
Now, they are keeping her close for monitoring.
She is starting to remember snippets of her old life again. Don't you see what this means? Love is beating the algorithm. Love is stronger than a factory reset.
Can you take me to her?
Round of applause for our actors for scene 2. Wow. Wow, this thing goes bigger than the both of us. It does go bigger than the both of us. To recap, Luke Harder has met Luke Harder in a strip club on a Tuesday morning, and Luke Harder has told Luke Harder that Luke Harder's dead wife, who's not actually dead, she was never even alive, but she's not dead now, she never was actually dead. But and she thinks that she's been... So, do you see? Yeah, you get it?
Peg Harder?
Yeah. People know her as Peg. Yeah. Peggy's... I'm sending subliminal messages to somebody. Apparently you're not allowed to shout because we live in a terrace house and there's neighbours. Anyway, so just in case it wasn't clear what's happened, Luke Harder's wife, who he thought died from some bad spinach, a lookalike or someone who looks exactly like her has turned up as a cleaner in the LAAI Industries, which is like a big tech corporation. She's a cleaner there, but she's starting to think that she's been kidnapped. She's had false memories implanted. Things are coming through to her that she feels like she remembers, but something's happened. She thinks there's a whole conspiracy and it goes to the top. She's not wrong. The plan is, so since we last saw our heroes, Lou's hunch that this whole thing was bigger than them, than they ever could have thought possible, is true. The stakes have been raised, which I'm told is a very important thing in screenwriting. You're always supposed to raise the stakes. So Lou's investigatory skills have uncovered some nefarious plans from the LAAIAAALI to create an army of robot soldiers for combat in the Middle East. Once they figure out how to decode the ability of the robots to feel love, once they can get that out of their operating systems, they're going to have a whole warehouse full of unstoppable killing machines. But our heroes, Luke Harder and Luke Harder, they've hatched a plan. So Lou Carter, she weaponizes her sexuality to distract a security guard, while Luke lures Peg out from her cleaning job with some spinach. We're going to start with Lou's scene. And Lou, if you can just give me a second here for the sound effect. Lou exterior, the LAAIAAALI building, night. Lou Carter coquettishly approaches the burly security guard in a pair of high heels. Yeah, I didn't have time to work out the timing exactly. It was a long walk. All right, Lou, go ahead.
Excuse me, handsome sir. I appear to be hopelessly lost to the point of emotional distress. Can you direct me to the nearest lingerie shop? I have to buy a sexy anniversary gift for my equally attractive girlfriend.
Told you it
She's-
would come into play later. I wasn't just doing that, you know.
She's normally an oil-stained dungarees kind of girl. On account of being a professional gay mechanic and motorcycle enthusiast. Let me tell you, when she's not riding me, she's riding that bloody motorcycle. And when she's not straddling it, she's tinkering at it with her tools. I can't tell you the amount of nights she spends out in that garage, wrenching her hog.
Big round of applause for Lou Parker. What a performance. See, people say women have like a subservient role in action movies, but as you see, a major plot point there, and I gave it a monologue to the leading woman. So like very progressive of me, I'm sure. Round of applause for me, guys. So we'll move on. We move on from the docks, and we're in an interior car, highway, night. Lou speeds through traffic. Luke looks at Peg. So they've kidnapped Peg from the building. They're driving away with her, and Luke looks at where the fuck am I? Luke looks at Peg lying in his arms. Oh yeah, her battery is dying. Stakes have been raised. Luke is fearing the worst. He soothes Peg.
I know now that none of it was real. Yet, it all felt so real to me. There's a chance it could feel real for you again. It could be like the old days, remember? Spinach Saturdays and ballroom dancing. Drinks and laughing at Rotten Johnny's downtown comedy shack. Cigars and bowling and Pastor Vincent's at TGI Mondays. 2 for 1 night at Burger Riley's Outback. Oh, for fucking Christ's sake. 2 for 1 night at Burger Riley's Outback Steakhouse. Dogging at Lake Minnesota. Don't any of this bring back anything, Peg?
Luke, it's you. I remember.
Peg? Stay with me, Peg! Come on, Peg, talk to me. Do you remember me, Peg? Tell me how we first met.
It was in the big Tesco, the one on Sunset Boulevard. You were called to the scene of a public disturbance. A woman had choked out multiple staff members in the fresh produce aisle during an argument over spinach.
And she was the most beautiful woman I had ever seen in my entire goddamn life. We both had mullets.
It was the 80s, after all.
Her software must be tethered to the Wi-Fi. If we drive any further out of range, it might send her offline for good.
What makes you say that?
I have done a course in computers before.
Give me some fucking spinach, fucking spinach.
The only way to save her is to go back and shut off the Wi-Fi and liberate her operating software.
Stop the car! I'm going back!
They'll kill you, Luke!
Look, Lou, it's either that or Peggy dies right here in the backseat of this 2013 Renault Megane.
Lou slams on the brakes. The car screeches to a halt.
There's nothing I can say to stop you. Is there?
All this time, I thought just about being Lou Carter was enough. But now I realize I needed to look harder to find out my life was really all about. What my life was really all about. I needed to be myself more. In a sense, I needed to look harder. I needed to look harder. And there's nothing harder than looking death in the eye. If I don't see you again, kid, make sure she gets plenty of spinach. It was nice to know you, Private Investigator Lou Carter.
The pleasure was all mine, Detective Luke Carter.
Luke bolts from the car, looking really hard. He looks at the LAAIALAALI building in the distance, and a dark cloud grows in the sky. I don't know. I don't know what more I need to do to fucking convince people this is a great show.
I would shiv Julia Roberts for this part.
That's good to know. I think because most of the meetings have been over Zoom, it kind of loses its impact. But if you have any feedback, I'm some more welcome. We'll just come on ahead. I was meant to take off the jacket and show my cool vest and I forgot. I went into the Primark today and bought this and everything, bought a 3-pack. I never even got to do it. What a waste. And see if I got on here. Here, thanks so much everybody for coming and witnessing whatever the hell this was. Thank you so much. It is like a work in progress. It is like a thing that I'm developing to see if it's worth guys, I don't think there's anything worth pursuing anymore, to be honest with you. That's the real talk. I need to get sick in a bucket. I actually only finished the music for that like on Friday morning, and then I had to put all the sound design in. I was like, now I gotta learn this, and I was like, it's like 6 o'clock this evening. I was trying to choreograph. And Jacob would keep coming up, and I was like looking at the door. I was like, "What are you doing in there?" I was like, "None." And I was like, I've left myself so short of time to try and choreograph something, but
Tell me you were wearing your vest while doing it.
I wasn't actually. I waited till the last moment, but yeah. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks to Neil for filming it. Thank you so much, Neil. Thank you. A big round of applause for our actors, Lou and Paul. They were amazing. And I have to say a massive thanks to my main man, my rotten soldier, Special J, Jacob, because not only was he like integral to like tonight and just like getting the place ready for tonight, but over the last few 6 months or so, we've been working loads together, like day in and day out, and he was very, very encouraging and supportive of me doing anything. I'm so out of fucking breath. I'm so out of breath. But yeah, he'd been really, really fucking encouraging and supportive, and like, yeah, you should do it. And he kept trying to book me for things, and I kept pulling out of him for loads of different reasons. But yeah, so big round of applause for Jacob, Special J. Thanks, man. Thanks everybody for coming. We'll have a wee drink here now, but cheers, thank you. Stupid fucking vest.
And cut.
And cut.